Hey, what's up you guys? It's Paul from Team APS. So, in today's Yu-Gi-Oh video, I decided to ask everybody in Team APS to share Yu-Gi-Oh advice in the form of things not to do. So everybody hears advice like, oh, you should buy this, or oh, you should build this, but in today's video, we're going to be telling you the things not to do. I guess you could call it a warning of sorts. Everybody had different things, so I just decided to compile it all together. Hopefully this video is helpful for anybody who's new or just getting into the game. Also, I should note that some of these tips do involve things to maybe do it like Yu-Gi-Oh events or at locals, but we can't really go to locals right now, so take it sort of with a grain of salt. Oh yeah, and before we get into it, be sure to give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment with your Yu-Gi-Oh advice or maybe anti-advice, and subscribe if you're not already. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss our uploads. Okay, so without further ado, let's hop right into the video.
Don't invest a lot of money in this game off the rip without doing your research. A lot of times people go out and they buy whatever they think is the best card in the game, play set of what the best card is, just because a deck profile tells them they need a card. It really just comes down to who you are and what type of player you are and what cards you really need in the deck. So doing your research is going to help you out a lot. It's going to help you save money, and it's also going to help you just not waste. You know, because this is a game of resources. So you got enough resources to get what you want. You do your research, you'll be able to get what you want.
Don't ever give up. Unless you see game on board and probably for any time purposes, we're not scooping, all right? They've got to show you that they can beat you, because just that one little moment they can mess up, that's your opportunity. I'm a person who does not like scooping. I don't like quitting. You got to show me that you can beat me. If not, I still got a chance. Never think that you're out of it until you're actually out of it.
Don't be afraid to try new things. Yu-Gi-Oh is a constantly changing game with new mechanics and new strategies that can seem pretty intimidating at first. Strategies such as pendulum summoning and link summoning has polarized many people from trying them at all, but you might find you can pretty much get the hang of them if you give them a try.
Somebody's gonna think I'm talking about them, but don't stay up all night the day before tournaments. I mean, whether you're playtesting, you have the nerves, whatever, go to sleep. If it's before a big regional, before a big YCS, and before Nats, especially Nats, don't stay up all night that Friday beforehand. Tell me like, oh, I gotta make sure I get everything. Go to sleep. You're gonna need the rest, because if you've been to one of these events, you know you're gonna be there all day. There may or may not be a break for lunch. You gotta conserve your energy. You're gonna need it.
Don't go into trades without knowing the value of your own cards and the value of the cards that you're looking for. Yu-Gi-Oh cards do have price tags, for better or worse, and you don't want to lose a $100 card that you have to trade for a $1 card. I mean, if that's okay with you, that's one thing, but if you don't actually know the values of your cards and you're the type of person who does want to get, a good exchange going, that's really not a good thing to do. And it also helps to know what the things you're looking for are worth. So that way, if you're looking for something that's really valuable, then you'll know to bring a lot more to the table. Or if it's really cheap, then you won't get scammed. It's always very important.
As a Yu-Gi-Oh player, don't be stubborn. Don't be closed-minded. Be open to what people have to say. I know you built the deck, I know it's your deck, but that doesn't mean every choice you've made is the best choice for the deck. People offer their input, their suggestions, try it out. Just don't be closed-minded. In this game, you'll get way further if you're open and willing to change and try things.
Do not over-rely on online simulators. These things are great for testing. You can get any cards you want when you need them, but it holds your hand by going through chain interactions for you. You don't actually interact with a real person. That's not real Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's not going to help you when it comes time to sit across from your first round opponent in a major tournament.
Don't play too fast. Slow down, get your plays together, but don't play too slow either. But play at a pace where you know what you're doing, you've thought your moves out, and you've made them, and your opponent also knows what you're doing, and they can see what plays you've made. Playing too fast often makes you mess up your combos. It gets your opponent confused, it gets you confused, and it's really just a big no-no in the game. Also, it just makes a lot of problems later on in the game. Once you mess up a combo, you have to try to fix it. You can get a game loss for that. So, don't play too fast.
Don't ruin someone else's Yu-Gi-Oh experience. whether it be at locals, at tournaments, at home. Don't be that person whether it's scamming, stealing, being a bad winner, being a bad loser. It's a two-player game. Both players have to interact with each other, whether it's trading, playing. Don't be that guy that causes someone else to pick up, start playing. They played you ruined it for them, and now they put their cards down and they never play again. Don't be that person.
Don't expect other people to enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh! The same way that you do. It's totally fine if you like to play casual decks or just play for fun or make silly combos and just sort of enjoy yourself that way, but that doesn't invalidate somebody who wants to be very competitive, who wants to build an optimal deck and wants to go to a lot of tournaments. It doesn't really matter how you enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's all the same game. The important thing is that you don't criticize people for doing something that's different than what you do.
As a Yu-Gi-Oh player, don't buy into the OCG hype. We're TCG. They have a different format. Obviously have a different format because TCG and OCG. Just because it worked there does not mean it's going to work here. They have different cores than us. I understand trying to be prepared, looking into the future, all that kind of stuff. But you don't have to buy into it. It's two different things.
Good.
Don't just trust deck lists from major past events. Those deck lists were made for very specific scenarios, expecting specific matchups. That's not gonna work for everybody. It's not gonna work for your locals. You may not have like the optimal meta mix of decks. You may have an extremely meta mix of decks. Either way, just because it worked for one person doesn't mean it's gonna work for you.
Don't leave your house without performing proper hygiene. You're gonna be in a facility with a lot of people. The temperature can fluctuate between hot or cold. We don't want you to come in without having a shower, brushing your teeth. I mean, just think about it. Especially now, we've got to wear masks. If your breath stinks, you'll be the first one to know about it. Please wash your ass.
Don't be afraid to take a break from it all. You might be losing some games. You might have did bad at an event. You might simply not like your community at the moment. That doesn't mean you have to keep exposing yourself to it. It's okay to take a step back from Yu-Gi-Oh! You do something else for a while, and then maybe come back to it later. It's not going anywhere. In fact, it's only getting better, really.
And that was the video, guys. Hopefully you got some valuable advice from this. Leave us a comment. Let us know, what Yu-Gi-Oh! Advice or sort of anti-advice would you tell a new player? Be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe, of course, if you aren't already. Be sure to pick up a Team APS attribute tee. We've got all 7 of them in our Teespring store, so check that out. And yeah, hopefully you liked the video. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. Pass turn.